And welcome back. We are recharged, we ate something, and we are ready for the last 3 rounds of the day. Roland, which poll, where are we? Which poll are we going to see what is happening?
Yeah, so while we were away, of course, Pool D was still playing their round 8 match. And in match 8, everything actually more or less got decided in Pool D. So, yeah, of course, we're going to show you what happened in Pool D. But because everything is decided already in Pool D, we are going to focus on the next pool where not everything is decided yet, Pool E. But yeah, I guess we should show everybody what happened actually in Pool D. So
Yes.
let's show the results of round 8 and the current standings of Pool D.
Yes, here
Shall
we
we?
start with pool.
Pool D. Let's pull up the results from Pool D. Actually, yeah, we've got them already, so that is very good. So Puerto Rico versus Palestina, that was the match which decided everything more or less. And that was a 4-2 for Puerto Rico. And those two were playing for, yeah, the third place in the standings because Suriname, as you can see, winning against Haiti. And of course, Angola, as you can see, winning against Togo. Those two were already more or less qualified, but with that win, they qualified for certain. And Puerto Rico winning against Palestina also made them qualify for certain. So let's take a look at the standings, and you will see who will be the promoted countries for the next division.
Yes, here we are. And guys, with the round in advance, Angola, Suriname, and Puerto Rico advanced to Division 3. A big congrats to all this team. And as you can see, both Palestine and Netherlands Antilles cannot reach Puerto Rico anymore because there are 3 points of difference and just one last round to go. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's
And
take a look at the last round. That should be yes, here. Oh, not yet. I mean, already with the results. I think they are working. We don't have the magic ball. I think they are adjusting it. So yeah, no pairings on us next round, not yet at least. So,
yeah,
but let's remind everyone the format. I will put just next to the board the format of the stage 1. Like this, you will see all the divisions because, as you know, this is the FIDE Online Olympiad, but we are not playing an open tournament. It's not an open tournament. It's a format, a fancy format with 2 stages. We are currently at stage 1, and all the teams, 163 teams, are divided into divisions, as you can see. And inside those divisions are then further divided into pools. So now you can see Division 4. Here we are, 50 teams, 38 seeded already, plus 12 qualified from base division. 5 pools, 10 teams per pool, and the 3 best teams of each pool will advance to Division 3. So that's it. This is everything. Yes, I think we
yeah.
are ready to
So
start soon.
only thing I can add to that is that, of course, the top division is where everybody, yeah, the big things will be decided. The stage 2 is where the prizes will be given out and who will be the winner of the Olympiad, Online Olympiad 2020. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we're working towards, and of course, everything will be played throughout the month of August. So yeah, every weekend there is something exciting to watch. So next week, for example, we'll be back with Division 3 to see who will qualify for Division 2. And of course, then the next week, Division 2, and the next week, Division 1, which is the top division. So yeah, lots of fun in the upcoming months. We are waiting for the pairings and the games to start. And yeah, do we else have something else to say about it?
No,
Yeah.
it's time to show the pairings. I think we have them, so let's show. Here we have the pairings of Pool D right now, 9. We will just mention it quickly because we are not going to focus on that. There is a match Togo-Haiti, Palestine against Angola, Senegal-Puerto Rico, Netherlands Antilles against Ghana, Suriname against Liberia. I guess these matches, there are not big matches here. I think the most interesting would be Angola-Palestine. But yeah, anyway, we are not going to focus here because we already know that Angola, Puerto Rico, or Angola, Suriname, and Puerto Rico advance to next division, Division 3.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll of course then focus on Pool E, and they are going to start with round 7 at the moment. Yeah, should we take a look at what the pairings are in that group?
Yes, we have now next to the board the pairings. Trinidad is playing against Bahamas, Guyana against Bermuda, Honduras and against Jamaica. I think this might be interesting. Sao Tome against Nicaragua and Sierra Leone against Aruba. So let's have a look at the standings, and yeah, as I said, Nicaragua, Honduras and Trinidad are currently leading, so the match Jamaica, that is just one step far from the third place, will be facing Honduras, so I think it's the match to follow, no?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds really great. Yeah, so let's dive right into the games there. I think the games have already started. So we're obviously going to find, if we can, try to find the games between Honduras and Jamaica, a direct clash for one of the top spots. Yeah, it's amazing actually how in this pool there are 4 teams more or less deciding who will be the who will go to the next division, because the rest of the teams, the other 6 teams, yeah, are just way behind the other 4 teams. So yeah, it's those 4 teams are going to decide who will get to the next division. Yeah.
Okay, here we have one game, so let's start by that.
All right.
We have the game between the FIDE master Noun Enrique with the white pieces from Honduras against the national master Male Curia from Jamaica.
Yep, that is board 1. Player from Honduras with a rating of 2238, and the player from Jamaica with the black pieces a rating of 1886. So it's a quick calculation for 52 rating difference in favor of the player of Honduras. Yeah, we're saying the ratings out loud because the ratings you see on the board are actually their Chess.com ratings, so they are not a good indicator of what their actual strength is, and I'll keep you updated on that while we are checking the game. So yeah, keep your ears open, listen carefully, and then you'll see who is the favorite in the game, and with that also in the match.
Yes, here we are in a very early stage of the game. It was a reverse Sicilian, as you can see here from the opening. D5 will... Okay, actually it was a different Sicilian. It's starting like a bit different, and now D4 is a kind of Rossolimo reverse, no?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, usually if we remember the Carlsen match with Caruana, the pawn from E3 should be on E4, so that the pawn that's currently on D5 cannot be pushed to D5 because of heavy guardians on E4 and C4. So, but yeah, now black has got to play D5, and I think actually the black is more than fine here. The pawn on D3 is a big weakness in the white's position, an easy target, and yeah, black is going to have a field day trying to undermine that weakness there.
Yes, so let's move to another board. Here we should be with the second board of the match. We have with the white pieces the candidate master from Jamaica, Duane Rowe, with the black pieces Alejandro Joseph from Honduras.
Yeah, so this is board 2 of the match, I believe. Yeah, and okay, not a big rating difference. They are both around 2100, so this is more or less an even match. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
and yeah, this opening was a bit weird. Let's shortly have a look at that. e5, bishop f5, knight c3, e6, g4, bishop g2. This is all normal. Knight g2, c5, bishop b3, knight c6, and d takes c5. I don't know. Is the mostly do they play d takes c5?
I don't think so. I don't think that's a normal way of playing here. But I'm also wondering what would be the way to play here. White. I
Maybe
mean,
h4, h5, going with the plan.
yeah, with the fun, yeah. If you play h4, then black is going to play h6 or h5. I guess h4 is the normal move here, yeah. And now just, I don't know, knight f4 is sometimes a move. h5 could be pushed. Just grabbing some space on the king side. That looks kind of normal, yeah. But d takes c5, creating a weakness for on e5 with the pawn. And I like h5 actually, trying to make use of the weak g4 pawn to create some nice white squares for the bishop on g6,
Yeah.
so that it cannot be attacked anymore.
Yes. Knight f4, bishop h7, bishop b5.
Yeah, notice that if white would have taken the pawn, that black had d4 instead of bishop b5.
Yes.
Yeah, so white had to play bishop b5, and after h takes.
Here again is
weird
not
position.
possible because of long castle probably.
Yeah, it's such a weird position. I think black should be at least structurally better, because the bishop on h7 can never be pushed away. It can simply move to f5 at some point. If knight h6, knight f5 is sometimes an idea. What else? Well, long castle, I guess, also normal.
Yeah. No,
f6.
seems a normal position, and I don't like mostly the idea in French, also in this type of caro-kann of c5, is really that you want to provoke d takes c5 in order to that e5 is very weak, and okay, white should just take there if really extremely needed. If not, e5 will be always a long-term target for black.
Yeah, there are ways that white can make use of it. For example, if white ever can play b4 and b5, then the pawn on c5 would nicely support that. Or maybe something like knight b5, knight d6. Then, yeah, those are things that black needs to be careful of. If the knight ever comes to d6, then white can make use of that very nicely. So, yeah, the pawn on c5 is not exactly dead yet. But you are right, the pawn on e5 is extremely weak at the moment, and actually material is kind of equal. White will win back the pawn on g4 at some point. I was thinking that, but now that I look at it, maybe white will never get that pawn back on g4. So for example, if you play long castle with white, then black might play bishop f5, forever protecting the pawn on g4.
Yeah.
But if white takes the pawn on g4 instead of long castle, then the e5 pawn will fall.
Also c2 is hanging now.
Also c2. Yeah, but okay, I think it's queen takes e5 looks good, and then followed by knight f6, maybe.
Yeah.
It looks like I like black simply because of the pawn structure. White has two pawns on f2 and h2, while black has a nice structure with d5, e6, f7, and g7. So bishop d4, okay. Yeah, knight h6, very nice reaction. The bishop on d4 is very unstable there. After
Yeah,
knight
because
f5,
after long castle is...
yeah, exactly. So white would be forced to take on c6, but I like knight h6 though, putting some extra pressure on that bishop with knight f5 and protecting the g4 pawn, yeah. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I like black's position.
Yeah.
Pawn on g4, very aggressive, but it has backfired in my opinion. Yeah. All right.
I agree. All right. Yeah, we should be at the women board here. White is Pitia Cruz from Honduras against Rihanna Brown from Jamaica.
Who is better and why?
Who is better and why? That's a good question. I think white is clearly better. Maybe he's winning already the d6 pawn. No, it's black to move, so
Yeah, that's
let's see.
important. Yeah.
Okay, if it would be white to move, you see the d6 pawn is very weak. D take e6 and followed by queen take. D6 would be the way. So now the question is, can black protect and why? Probably can protect with rook d8. But okay, apart this concrete stuff, I still think that white is really better here, because also like after a move like for example e5, and this bishop is completely out of game. And white can try to play with those bishop on the queen side, for example rook c1, a4, would be ideal to bring a knight somehow to c6. Clearly it's not so easy. Oh, okay, maybe this knight somehow. Okay, not really. The way is a long way, but would be ideal. Simply white has so much more pieces there. a4, I really like a4, the idea of a4.
Yeah, me too. I actually can't agree more. E5 is probably the way to go for black, or e takes d5. That is actually maybe a good option as well. Yeah, gaining a tempo, because if white takes back with the pawn on d5, then maybe a move like knight f5 could be played. I think e takes d5 is definitely the way to go.
I think actually that white should take on d5 with the knight and then also with the rook, because d6 is going to be always forever and ever a target.
Yeah, but with bishop e6, then both bishops are looking extremely good on those diagonals. So I do think that white black's going to get a lot of compensation after losing the d6 pawn after bishop e6.
So should white take with the pawn here?
I guess white should take with the pawn. The big weakness in black's position is not necessarily the d6 pawn. It's actually the knight on a5, I think. The knight is really badly placed at the moment. It wants to move to c4, or if it's ever going to c4, then there are rook c1 ideas, or yeah, just take that, take the knight off the board and then rook c1 to try and catch the pawn. It looks a bit dangerous in my eyes, but maybe it's still the way to go for black knight c4, and maybe bishop d4 looks good. I don't know, bishop f4.
Bishop f4.
I'm not so sure. I feel like white should be better, but after knight c4, there should be a good answer for white somehow.
Maybe just bishop.
Just rook c1, perhaps.
Rook c1, yeah.
Yeah, I want to grab that knight, and you're actually threatening b3 there.
Yeah, and also bishop take and winning a pawn there. Yeah, no, I like white position. White is doing great here, and I agree. Oh, yeah, but this is a pity because white took back immediately with the pawn. But I think that, as you mentioned, it's better to take first with the knight and then with the pawn, because you just don't give this nice square for this for the knight.
It's not that bad though. I mean, a knight on f5, it's a bit annoying, but you can just play bishop f4, and then you can attack the d6 pawn once more. Yeah, there is a small difference. I'm not exactly sure how big of a difference it is. The knight on c3 is more or less safeguarding the pawn on b2 from the bishop on g7. It's nice and stable there. Yeah, after knight f5, bishop f4, g4 is maybe an idea then. So I still think white's in good shape here.
Yeah.
I don't think he takes d5 spoiled anything.
Yes, that's true. Rook b8 on the board.
Okay, how would you continue here? Probably a move like rook c1, I guess, yeah.
I agree. I like rook c1. It's threatening. This knight is really shaking there because I'm threatening like knight e4, even knight take b5. Maybe I don't need to grab that pawn because the knight would be pinned. So knight e4, taking on d6. Yeah, just a great position here for white.
Looks very good, yeah. I don't think it's a really easy position to play, but I do think the white's clearly better now, yeah. Rook b8, interesting move. Knight e4 played though. Knight f5, I suppose.
Who said that the threat is stronger than its execution?
I don't know, but it's a famous quote. Yeah,
I guess
yeah, you're
Fischer,
right.
maybe?
Could be. Could also be a player even longer down the line of history. Maybe the chat can help us. Who said that the threat is more dangerous than the execution? Let us know if you know it, and otherwise we'll look it up. So.
Yeah. And that's why I prefer Nimzowitsch.
Oh, nice. Hello, GMS. Welcome, Robert. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
thank you for that.
So rook c1 I would have preferred, but yeah, still, that's a pretty fair position. And
Yeah. Why is knight e4 not a great move? I'm not too sure what's wrong with knight e4. Maybe it's actually knight c4 that's the problem, because rook b8 is nicely eyeing the queen on b4, so you could try and make use of that somehow.
but after b3, okay, this bishop
Yeah,
is.
I want to grab that bishop. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is bishop takes c4 and queen takes d6, and then suddenly it should be, yeah, it should be white who wins material there. So maybe not knight c4,
And
maybe
knight
first knight
b7?
e5.
Because there is a small
It's
difference
a bit passive though.
between, yeah, it's very passive, that's true. That after rook c1, knight b7 is not good because probably I can take here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is how we came to the Ninzovich quote, yeah? Yeah, knight e4 was a threat after rook c1. Oh, knight c4 on the board, actually. Okay. Yeah, so I think bishop takes c4 and queen takes d6 is the way to go. White is going for that.
Yep.
Sorry, the bit in the chat is saying something like, when I was younger, opponents placed cigarettes next to the chessboard, threatening to smoke them. Threat
This is
stronger
also
than
a
the
dangerous
execution.
threat.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, queen takes d6, winning a pawn. Even if black wins back the b2 pawn, the d5 pawn is going to be extremely dangerous for black. Yeah, looking good for white. So this was the first women's board, I think. Yeah.
I guess so. Yes. Let's move to the second women board. Here we have Nikayla Corwin against Carolina Torres, and this should be the second women board, I guess.
Yep, you are absolutely right. So once again, the ratings on behind their names are not the current. Their official ratings, those are the ratings from Chess.com. Their official ratings are 1422 for the white player of Jamaica and 1884 for the black player of Honduras. So yeah, the player from Honduras, clearly the favorite with over 400, well, exactly 462 points rating advantage for Honduras.
Mm-hmm.
Quick
And
map.
I think in this position, I mean, I like this this center, the black center here, and also the bishop is very strong. And I don't know how actually black should go on.
Well, I think e4 is a must now. And if knight d4, then just put the other knight on e5.
Mm-hmm. So
Nicely.
just slowly increasing. There is no way to push, break through the position.
Exactly. Black has a very nice space advantage right now. Knight c5 is kind of a pity. The knight was nicely placed on d3. And now, yeah, knight d4, knight e5. The pieces are being pushed back from white. And after c5, you have, notice that knight e6 is not a problem because you have knight takes c4. I think winning material.
Yeah, this is a dream position for black, I would say. When knight is on the 3, you push even away the knight on d4. No, that's really nice.
I totally agree there, yeah. But instead, now the black knight is being pushed back, and suddenly white can breathe a little with the space. For example, after e4, at some point knight d4, it's harder to push every piece back from white. So yeah, white has gained some space. Actually, would you consider maybe, okay, I was considering e4 instead, so that black cannot advance anymore in the center. But instead, a4 played, countered by a5, and black is being pushed back here. After b5, black loses a lot of ground again. Not that black is worse in any case, but I do think it's a pity. I think that black could have played e4 once again at some point to secure the e5 square from one of the knights. So. Yeah, but still black doing perfectly okay. I think that the player from Honduras is doing okay. Although white is making some sort of a comeback. For example, after b5, knight needs to go, then white could play e4, forever declining black's option of playing e4 himself. So
Yeah.
Still black looking great. The knight's gonna go to c5 at some point. Nice square for the knight. Yeah, no, it's just looking a bit better for black. Black is still looking great.
Yes, but now we see the difference between this position and what could have been at this point after e5, this followed by c5. So there is a difference here, and I think it's quite clear that black had to go for that.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, yeah, nothing overboard yet. Black's still doing very much okay.
Yes, so let's move to the junior boards. If we find them, if we have them, yes, we have them. And here this should be the male female
The male female board.
the
Wow.
male female board.
A universal board.
Universal board. Yeah, no, but I meant the junior male board. And here we have a FIDE master, Marlon Miller, with the white pieces from Honduras, and against Mr. Darren McCannis with the black pieces from Jamaica.
Yeah, a big rating difference, by the way. The white player from Honduras has a 400, quick math, 8d5 rating point advantage over his opponent. 2092 versus 1607. Yeah, a lot of rating advantage for the white player here.
Yeah, and what about the position?
It's okay for black, actually. No clear weaknesses. White does have a little more space, but black can now put one of the rooks on the d file and then the other rook on the e file. I don't know. Black is looking more or less, yeah, pretty much fine, I guess. No real weaknesses in the position too. Maybe black should be a bit careful about the a pawn, so that it cannot. It's the only small weakness black has at some point.
What's about a move like b4? Opening the b file. It's true also that white has to care about his a2 pawn.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks fine position.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure what black's plan is though. How are you going to make progress in this position?
Well, maybe trying to attack the f2 pawn, maybe rook d2.
Maybe rook d2 is a good move indeed. Yeah, and then double up the rooks on the d7 file, and maybe also attack the c5 pawn. Keep an eye on that one as well.
Yes. I like black position. Maybe I would even pick black now after.
Yeah, I would do. Rook d2 looks very, very uncomfortable for white. The b1 pawn, rook, I said pawn, but it's a rook obviously, is looking very defensive on the b1 square, protecting only the b2 pawn. So, yeah, I would pick black too. I would agree with you there. Rook e1, I guess just queen d7 now. Yep. What else? Is there anything else? Looking for tricks. Maybe rook takes b2, but then that doesn't work, unfortunately. No, I guess just queen d7. Normal position.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, this is looking maybe a bit better for black, but it's a stable endgame. Maybe we have a result already. Yes, we do have a result. Oh, white winning. Queen f8 was the last move. Okay, queen take f8 is mate. So yeah, the player for Jamaica, the Raquel Miller from Jamaica won here with the white pieces. Seemed like yeah, one-way game, I would say, because these pawn structures show the direction of the yeah of for the pieces, for the white pieces. So where should white go for the king side, and white was already one rook, one full rook up. So amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. Also because Rachel Miller from Jamaica has actually got a 100% score on the last board. She is also the highest rated last board player in this pool, and she's making her rating worth a lot because she is just cruising through 7 out of 7 with this win. One of the strong holders of the Jamaica team here. Yeah, doing amazing.
Yeah, this is really good, and let's see if Jamaica will reach next division, and if she will drive the team also there. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. This match is very important to see if that ever happens, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jamaica needs to win here. Needs to win to this match. So okay, let's go back to the first board.
All right.
Here we are. There is a nice king on e2. The position changed quite a lot.
Like really a lot, yeah.
Yes. And what do you think about this position?
What happens after knight d5? It looks winning for black, actually.
Wow, knight d5 with idea of knight f4, knight c3. Yeah, knight d5 looks very strong. And basically the point is that the position is very open, so this king might be weak here.
Yeah, and if the king goes to a safe place on f1, for example, then the rook on h1 is going to have a hard time ever entering the stage. So it should be actually maybe already positionally over, because the rooks are going to come in on c8 and then on c3 or c2. The knight's going to be nicely positioned on f4 after knight b5.
Well, okay, still I feel that black has to be fast, because into moves white would be more or less fine. So for example, after rook h1 and king f1, yeah, white is not doing so bad, I think.
No, that's true. The knight needs to go to f4, and then rook c8, and then to b4.
Knight went to b4.
Oh, I would not have played that. I wonder what black's idea is. Maybe black wants to go for the e4 pawn. Yeah, which is kind of hard to protect right now.
Yes, but also, I mean, also knight f4 is going for the pawn, because you can take on g2 and then taking on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. By the way, yeah. So this is knight b4 is a strange decision. The knight has a perfect spot on f4. It can never be attacked by anyone. But on b4, it's looking a bit of a lot less stable. Okay, queen a3 played. Also not a move I was expecting.
Yeah, but it's pinning the knight to the queen, so it's a bit harder now to...
Yeah, how would you proceed here with black? Would you play
maybe
d3?
a6.
Would you take the pawn? a6. I like that move. I like a6.
Because after b take, you would take with check, probably.
Yeah, a6. Very nice move, yeah.
Let's hope.
And if rook b1?
If rook b1?
I guess a5, yeah.
Maybe a5. But then, yeah. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Maybe a5 immediately.
Yeah, maybe that's best indeed. Black is still doing absolutely great, of course, but the knight, I would love to have seen the knight on f4, making sure that the king on f1 would have stayed on the back rank, not allowing the rook on h1 to get in.
And yeah, sadly the queens got changed, and the king on e2 is not... What?
Wait, what?
Time out.
Oh, that was the problem. Maybe that was the big problem there.
Yeah, already time
Wait,
travel. That's incredible.
so that's the Honduras player winning. The Honduras player has won
Yeah.
because of a timeout. After knight f4, Black would have had a dream position with positionally winning. Just rook ac8.
Don't know where is the most challenging place with the for the maybe here with the same idea of pinning.
Still rook ac8. There's nothing white can do in this position. The rook on h1 is gonna get stuck forever. You're gonna play d3, d2, rook c1. What can white do? It looks over.
Yeah, it looks really bad for.
Yeah, or rook c3, rook c8. No.
Yeah,
What
that's true.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times before that there were disconnections, some internet problems, some stuff like that. But yeah, you always hate to see it, of course. Unfortunately. Okay, well, nothing to do about that. A win for Honduras by, I guess, disconnection.
Yeah, and here we are at board 2, where black has 3 extra pawn in this endgame. Yeah, white maybe has a little, very small counterplay, but might be just over actually.
Queen takes e6 might be the most challenging move here. But after, would you play h3 or would you play rook d8 after queen takes e6? Or would you play neither? That's actually also an option.
Yeah, I think I will play h3.
Okay.
Because 2 pawns might be winning, no?
h3. Yeah, and after
but
rook
maybe there is
d8,
an easier way. Because I was very, I mean, in the last year Italian championship, I didn't win it for half a point, and I made a draw in a winning queen endgame because my opponent found a perpetual. So I'm always scared to enter in this endgame because yeah, you are better, you should be winning, but still you gotta be precise because you could go wrong and then a perpetual and then bye bye.
Yeah, lots of annoying checks in positions like this. Yeah, I would be scared too, actually.
Okay, white has also problem maybe with the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thinking for a long time now. Oh, okay. No, still good. Queen c7. No, wait, that's still okay. d8 is the threat of the queen c7, queen e8. Black has queen d8, protecting everything still. Is there something better? Would rook g2 be a winning move, you think? Or queen c2? Actually also made... Wait, after queen c2, what happens after king a3? Queen c1, okay, yeah.
C1.
And the rook is coming in either on g2 or on g4.
Yeah. Okay, king h4 is still...
Queen a1, I suppose.
Or I think, yeah.
Or yeah, rook g4 should also win, by the way.
Yeah, rook g4.
b4. No, this is looking winning. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Queen a1 or queen c7.
Oh, now should be lost.
Isn't
Should
it
be
late?
made, no?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Rook b6, queen c3. If king b5, then queen c6 and queen a6 mate. So queen c3 now. Yeah, this looks over. This looks over. Rook b4, queen a3. Yeah, queen a3.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
it's over.
timeout.
Yeah, it's over. Well, nicely done by the black player. Yeah.
Yes, we have other results here. Black won. This time is the player, the women from Jamaica. And we have also another result here. This time is white with to win here. And so it's already 3-1 for Honduras. And yeah, so we are 3-2. So this game means really a lot because white needs to win here in order to make 3-3.
Ah, there you go. Okay. So that's in white needs to draw here
Not to win.
to win. Okay, yeah, that is.
Okay, maybe bishop take f4 and
No, it's still okay, I think.
ah, I thought it was winning. No, because after, oh my gosh, I thought queen f3, and I thought, okay, queen take h2 might be mate, but not actually. No, queen f3 is not working.
No. Well, queen e5 instead. Yeah, now queen f5. Queen d5 was the better move. Yeah. Holy crap! So white is actually in a winning spot, isn't it?
Incredible.
Wow, that was clutch actually.
Yeah.
Queen takes c7, I suppose. White simply has more time also.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be a great comeback for Jamaica. Actually,
Wow.
also it would be more or less justification for the other board where there was a disconnection while in a good position.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So yeah,
we're
so
reaching
3-3.
All right, 3-3. The big match is.
I love that players, you see, those two players are from Netherlands and Antilles, and between the rounds they're just playing bullet. Just bullet between each other. Yeah. Okay.
Why not? It's just an Olympiad. Why not play some fun games?
Okay, this might be the last game of the match. Is a game of the match Nicaragua against Sao Tome. Here, black is in the driving seats. Is a pawn up in this rook endgame. It's not clear if he's winning.
How to continue though?
Maybe rook a3, then king f5, maybe g4 at one point.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you need to somehow push on the queen side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, let's say rook a3 now. And king e2 and then king f5.
But there is always king. Okay, let's make it.
Exactly, that's the problem I'm facing. What do you do after rook h8? Because if g takes h4, then rook takes h5 check. If g4, also rook takes h5 check.
Okay, maybe king f7 with idea to play e5.
Okay, rook h8 again.
And rook and king. King.
Or rook h8. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is, rook h8. I played this. Nah.
Yeah, I think the trick is to first take on h4, and then put the king on f5. Because I don't exactly know how you're ever going to get that, but.
But.
Yeah. So.
For example, here you can take
on h4, g takes h4, king f5, and then if rook h8, then you can play king f4, and that's a way to start pushing again. Rook e3 now, check, then take on f3. Yeah, this looks pretty much winning for black. Yeah.
I like it. That's a great idea. Let's see what black did. Okay, black took there. Okay, black took there. So now let's see if we have. Okay, king f5.
Looks like black's gonna go for that.
Then rook a3, king f4, taking on f3.
Yep.
Okay, rook check. Yes. Now it's critical. Will black play king f4 or will black retreat on g6?
No, you could repeat moves a little. Okay, king f4 is the clear way to go. Nice, well done, with great winning chances for black. That is for, let's see, which player is that?
FIDE Master William Alfaro.
From Nicaragua versus Sao Tome Principe. Yeah. Nicaragua going strong then, once again.
Yes. Very strong.
Alright. Yeah, I guess this is also one of the last games still going on. I don't think a lot of games are playing. I guess we could see the black technique here. Well, king e4, e5. Yeah, looks over. Yeah, looks over. Black is too active. The pawn on h4 is not far enough. The king is nicely in front of the pawns. Also something good to consider. Yeah, e5, perfect. D takes e5, f takes e5, and those pawns are going to march over the board.
Yeah.
quickly. If, for example, the pawn was on h6, then it would have been a bit different, but still, I guess the pawns are so far advanced that
Yeah.
black should be winning. Yeah, just d4, rook h2, king in front of the pawns always.
Just king e3. Yes, I like it. Now d4.
Oh, okay,
d4.
that's nice. Rook h1, mate.
Amazing. Yes, GG for black was a very nice endgame. We are really looking a lot of nice rook endings, also learning a bit of technique, how to deal with these endgames is very instructive, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, I like rook endings also. Very much. Okay, so that means that almost all the games have been played. We are going to give you updates on the standings, of course. Yeah, in the meantime, we'll just wait. Actually, I have one nice fact about the Honduras team. There's also there a strongholder with 7 out of 7 at the moment, and that's Michelle Ferrufino, the board 4 player. So the second women board with 7 out of 7 for the Nicaragua team. And so yeah, she's carrying the team big time for now.
Yeah, sounds good. And there is always a front man or woman there.
Yeah, it's always nice to see who is doing, who's taking the lead, you know, who's carrying the team, who's destroying the opposition.
Bomber.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we have nearly all the results. At least we know which team won the match. Trinidad won 6-0 against Bahamas, 3-3 between both Guyana and Bermuda and Honduras and Jamaica, and then Nicaragua and Aruba won at least 4-0 against Sao Tome and Sierra Leone, 6-0 for both teams. Just updated, so wow. We had a lot of 6-0 now.
Yeah. Actually, this is like, yeah, 3-3 or 6-0. Yeah.
Nearly symmetrical. Should have been, if Sao Tome against Nicaragua would have been 3-3, would be extremely symmetrical. Starting with 6, then 6, and then yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
All right, let's go. Let's see. Let's have a look at the scoreboard now. Because as we can see, yes, this draw between Jamaica and Honduras was extremely important, because now Jamaica is still fighting for the 3rd place. So let's have a look at the next round, because it's going to be exciting, guys. And yeah, Jamaica is playing against Sao Tome, and Honduras against Bermuda, Trinidad against Guyana, and Nicaragua against Sierra Leone. It looks like a round top against bottom, no?
More or less, yeah. Nothing will be decided here. As far as the statistics go, I guess, of course, there are Nicaragua, Jamaica, Honduras, and Trinidad and Tobago are the clear favorites in every match. So, yeah, you never know. They might slip up. They might all have mouse slips and lose 6-0 in their respective matches. But of course, we'll let you know what happens there. And Alessia, do we also have the final results of Pool C, or did we show that, or of Pool D, or did we show that already?
No, we have it. We have it. And this is your Pool D, round 9. Haiti won 5-1 against Togo, Angola 5-1 against Palestine. Oh, here 4-1 to everyone. So I will just name the winner team: Haiti, Angola, Puerto Rico, Ghana, and Suriname. So they just won 5-1 against their opponent. So this is the final scoreboard. And yeah, as we knew already that Angola, Suriname, and Puerto Rico advanced to Division 3, and Palestine, Netherlands, Antilles, Haiti, Ghana, Senegal, Togo, last but not least Liberia tried to fight, but yeah, wasn't hard pool for them.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so that means that we are done with round 8, and I guess we're gonna go on a short break, and we'll be back after this with what is it, round 9? I believe.
Round 8 and then
Round
round
eight.
9 of Pool E is going to be the last 2 rounds, and then we will know all the 15 teams that will advance to next division. So guys, don't miss that, and see you in a while.
Yeah.
are back and we are ready for the last two rounds of the day. Guys, we are really at the final round of this weekend, Division 4. We are going to discover the last three teams that will advance to next division. And here we have the pairings of the 8th round of Pool E. Here we are.
Right. Yes. Wait a second. All right. Yeah, these are the pairings from Pool E, round 8, indeed. So, yeah, what is the most? Yeah, I mean, it's like you said before. Went on a break. It's more or less the bottom of the standings against the top of the standings. Trinidad and Tobago versus Guyana. Trinidad and Tobago, the clear favorite there. Honduras versus Bermuda. Honduras, the clear favorite there. Jamaica versus Sao Tome and Principe. Clearly Jamaica, the favorite there. Nicaragua versus Sierra Leone. Clearly Nicaragua, the favorite there. And Aruba, Bahamas. Yeah, it's if we take a look to the standings, then you'll see what we are talking about. Because as you can see in the standings, the top 4 players are only playing for the qualification of the next division, while the other teams are more or less out of the race. So it's going to be between Nicaragua, Trinidad and Tobago, Honduras, and Jamaica, as you guys can see. And we actually still have one of the biggest matches later as a really nice last round, and that is actually going to be, if I'm not mistaken, Trinidad and Tobago versus Honduras, actually. So yeah, that will be a direct clash between the number 2 and number 3 in the standings so far. So yeah, the winner of that match will for sure qualify for the next round. If everything goes all right, of course, in round 8, we'll see if the top 4 teams may slip up somehow, may give away a match point or two. And yeah, that will be the match to watch in the next round. But of course, for now, we are stuck with round 8, of course. And yeah, we're going to see if anybody slips up. So yeah,
Yes.
which we have a tough choice to make because yeah, it seems like every team there's a clear favorite. So let's just pick the teams that are closest together, I would say. So that would mean Trinidad and Tobago versus Guyana is maybe interesting, or Bermuda versus Honduras. But it's totally up to you. Alessia, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, then is there a team that we didn't watch too much?
Well, Guyana, Bermuda, those two teams we did not watch ever, I think.
No,
Also,
Bermuda we followed once.
okay.
But okay.
Then Guyana is the choice. Guyana versus Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, something like that. But as the game are starting in about 5 minutes, we have time to go slowly through all the format of this event. We have amazing cards kindly done by the our team. So what is the online Olympiad? What are we doing? And yeah, as you know, this year the OTB Olympiad could not take place. That's why FIDE, in cooperation with Chess.com, organized the FIDE Online Olympiad, and 163 teams took part, and this means that over 1,500 players are playing from all around the world. Is this an open tournament? Not. It's not just one single tournament where all the teams are in, but actually the format is much more complex. The format is based on 2 stages. We are currently at stage 1, and inside the stage 1, teams are split into 5 divisions according to strength, and are further divided into pools within those divisions based on time zone and strength. I think, Roland, you would like to answer a question that you got from the chat, Am I reading your mind?
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking that would be a nice setup for me. Yeah, so there was a question in the chat about what was it again? It was about yeah, if it benefits if you became first, second, or third in the standings, and it actually doesn't matter because as Alessia already told everyone, it's all about time zone and strength. So if a player becomes first, second, or third, they will simply be spread over the next pools according to strength and time zone to balance out
The
every
pools.
pool. Yeah, but of course now the setup and of course my favorite part actually, this Olympiad is not just for the best players of a country, it's also for the youth division. There are two youth boards, one with the best youth player and one for the women youth player. So that's a very nice indication of how strong a country might be, how the potential is for producing perhaps a future world champion, for example. And also, as you can see, there are two open boards and two women boards to complete the field. So 6 boards in total. And like we said, the top 3 teams from each pool advance to the next division. Okay, how many divisions are there? Let's
Uh,
take a look.
yes, there are 5 divisions, and last weekend we had the base division where 30, uh, 30 teams faced each other, fighting to get and advance to the division 4. And currently here we are in division 4. Clearly these are just 38 teams of division 4 because yeah, you have to add the 12 teams that joined this division from division 4. The 15 teams that will advance to division 3 will join all those teams that were already seeded in division 3, and then we will go on with division 2 where there are already those teams inside, and then division 1 where some top team like Russia, China, USA, Ukraine and India are. And there was a question in the chat, when are GMs playing? So yeah, clearly more we advance and stronger the team will get. So, and here we have an amazing cards of some of the top 10 players that will play in the FIDE Online Olympiad. We have Ding Liren, Jan Neponyapsky, Alexander Grishuk, Levon Aronian, Wesley So, Taimur Rajabov, Anish Giri, okay, Mamejero, Anand and Duda. So we have some big names, but also we have some big female name, and like Kuifan, Hampu Koneru, Alexandra Goryachkina, Ju Wenju, Katerina Lagno, and Nana Zagnitze. So yeah, the GMs are not yet here. We have some international master, but the yeah, there will be for sure high level games as well. Already we are having really a lot of fun and we are learning a lot. There are some very nice end games. In the last few rounds we had some interesting look end games. So yeah, it's going let's show everybody once more the schedule, and then we are complete with this presentation of what the FIDE Online Olympiad is. In fact, as you can see, today is 2nd of August and we are at the last 3 rounds of Division 4, and next weekend we are going to have Division 3 and then Division 2 and then top division. So as you can see, basically every weekend, cancel your appointment, stay at home, prepare for pre-cook, because 9 hours of coverage will be, so you don't need TV, you don't need Netflix, you just need an account on Twitch, and here we are.
Yeah, that was the presentation of this Olympiad. Yeah, hope everything is clear. If you have questions, of course, don't mind ask, don't bother. I mean, no, it's like ask them, please. We are here for you. So if you have questions, yeah, do ask them. And yeah, we are, of course, still waiting for the games. It seems that they have been a bit delayed, and we will get to the game shortly, of course. Yeah, I'm very excited indeed for the Division 3 because in Division 3 the stronger teams will be available, and as already is mentioned, then there are some teams actually that will provide some GMs for us. So yeah, some more high-level games. Of course, the games here are also a lot of fun to watch, but the more GMs in teams would be, of course, much more fun to watch. And of course, the extra top GMs we will mostly find in Division 2 and in the top division. So in Division 2, countries like the Netherlands with Anish Giri, yay, and Italy, of course, also providing some grandmasters for this Olympiad. Of course, in the top
Switzerland.
division, yeah, absolutely. So many countries that are going to provide us with top grandmasters, and yeah, really this is a stacked event with a lot of good players. The best of the world are participating in this event. And yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see all those youth boards as well, of course. I mean, we've got so many good lineups that the countries have provided for us with. Yeah, I'm really curious actually who's India gonna put on the youth board under 20, because of course India has a lot of strong youth players that are set to be potential world champions, and yeah, other countries have the same, of course. Russia, will Artemiev play? Will Asipenko play? Players like that, I think they are going to participate. So
Are all the teams announced? I guess. I guess yes. No.
yeah, if you want to take a look at what the team lineups are, there's actually a website where you can go to. It's olymp.fide.com. I get share the link in the chat for you guys where you can see all the nice lineups that everybody, uh, that every country has shared there. So yeah,
Yeah, that's very nice. It's the first time that I'm in the website. It's really well done. I gotta say,
yeah, yeah, they
is
did a good job there. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
Good.
very, very neat, very clean. So yeah, I definitely recommend you to take a look at the official website of this Olympia. Yeah, which of course has to be organized because the over-the-board Olympia has been canceled due to the pandemic, of course. Yeah, do you think we will do this more in the future or less? Yeah, is there maybe, do you think that if the over-the-board match next year because of the pandemic is still there? Do you think that an online Olympiad like this is another good idea?
Well, for sure. I mean, this year could be like a test for everything. I think. Uh, yeah, I hope actually we can also come back to OTB.
Mhm.
I was very happy. I was in the tournament in Bio. OTB actually exists already. So I really hope that next year we are going to be back. For sure, I think that online will always stay and actually go up and grow and grow and grow, because
Hmm.
yeah, it's just much easier. You can play everywhere, no matters where you are in the country. You don't need to meet everywhere. You just need a connection, possibly a good connection, and then yeah,
Yeah.
you can play from everywhere. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, I would love it if this would be like a standard edition every year so that we have a lot more chess to follow, of course, and a lot more exciting games over the board and online chess. That would be perfect for me. Like, I think online chess is way different than over the board chess. I mean, you have mouse slips, you have different time controls, you have, of course, different skills over the board and online chess. So yeah, for example, for example, on the title Tuesdays, there are international masters that are beating top grandmasters left and right. So yeah, that's an indication that it's just another tack of sport. A online chess is very different from over the board chess. So yeah, um, yeah, that's my opinion. I mean, I think actually that we need to go on a break. We are having some issues, so we'll be shortly back with you guys. We'll try to find out what happened to the games and what's going on. And so don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly, hopefully with the games, and we'll provide you with more information, of course.
finally we are back. Sorry guys for the long wait, but we are back and this is important and we promise very nice game. So this is what is going to happen. So let's remind everyone, what are we going to do, Roland?
Yeah, so we are in Pool Pool E, sorry, and we are going to take a look, of course, at round 8. Because of some issues, we had troubles getting the game started, but it seems that everything is being fixed, so we are going shortly to the games. But yeah, round 8 in Pool E of Division 4. So as you guys can see on the left side, you see the current pairings for this round. With I mean there are 4 teams that we of course have to take a look at, and those are Nicaragua playing against Sierra Leone, Jamaica playing against Sao Tome and Principe, and Bermuda playing against Honduras. Honduras is the team to watch there, and the game Trinidad and Tobago versus Guyana, where Trinidad and Tobago is the team to watch. Those are the 4 teams that are playing still for one of the top spots in the next division. So yeah, that is what we are going to do in this round 8, of course, and also in the next round, round 9, where we've got a great matchup in round 9, I believe, between 2 of the top teams, and those are Trinidad and Tobago versus Honduras. A great match to look out for in round 9. But of course, first, round 8. Yeah.
Yes, sure. And I think we are going to follow the game Honduras Bermuda and always take a look also on Jamaica Sao Tome, because Honduras and Jamaica are the team that I guess that one of those 2 teams, Honduras or Jamaica, will advance the next division. I think games are starting. Yes, games are starting. I wanted to show the 9th round, but we will let the suspense. So games are slowly starting.
Slowly starting, indeed.
Yes, Aruba here. Here is still Aruba, Bahamas, Aruba, Bahamas, Aruba, Bahamas, Aruba, Bahamas, Aruba, Bahamas. They are very good on time. And here we have Jamaica, San Tome. We have a French. And very nice to go to see the openings. Wow, D4, E3. Okay, English. And here,
yep,
the group. No joking, but would be very nice. E4.
Yeah, you wish. G4. Okay.
Pretty. E4, E5, E4.
Matches are dropping in. We are getting more and more games for us to show you guys. They're dropping in slowly though, so we're waiting for the one match that we are going to follow.
Okay, let's present the player, the team. Like this, we are already on time. So this should be the first board, and here we have with white pieces Sergei Goncharov from Bermuda against the FIDE master now Enrique. So what about the ratings and the rating difference, of course?
Yeah, let me take a look. So that means that is Bermuda versus Honduras. That is a 2238 rating for the black player of Honduras versus an 1839 player from Bermuda. So about 400 rating difference there in favor of the player from Honduras. Once again, we are saying that because the ratings that you see next to their names are Chess.com ratings and not their official ratings. So keep that in mind.
Yes, exactly. And what about the position here? We have a normal Sicilian defense, a dragon, yeah, with h3, which is a bit weird. Mostly the normal setup is f3, queen e2, castle. I don't like h3 because mostly the idea here is to go with f3 because you want to prevent knight g4, but you want to do with f3 because you want to push this pawn forward. You want to do h4, h5, g4 and everything. So I think you agree with me that
maybe the idea is to play f4 and then it all makes sense. Then the idea is to push in the center instead of against the black side. I've never seen this idea before, and that's because the English attack, like you showed with f3 and g4, h4, is actually, yeah, known to be very good for white. So, yeah, but I guess that white has another creative idea in mind. I'm actually pretty curious to see how that goes. Yeah,
Yeah,
could be a nice
g4 was
surprise for them.
played, and maybe f4 will go white.
Maybe knight f5. That's also interesting. Opening up the g file, perhaps at some point. Nah, that should not be good enough. Although it looks kind of tempting.
You
Nah.
mean knight f5?
Yeah, my idea was knight f5 to sacrifice the knight against the g pawn and then opening up the g file. But I guess it's a bit too much after g takes king h8 now. Rook g1 or rook g8. I don't think that's good enough for an
Yeah.
initiative. I'm very puzzled by this opening choice. What's the idea? So white's gonna play g5 and now bishop e2. But then you exchange everything on d4 and then knight f4, and it should be more or less fine for black.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, not the most exciting choice, I guess, for white. No, knight f4 and black is absolutely fine.
Well,
Yeah.
still h4, h5.
Yeah, that's true. Then f takes g6 at some point. Okay, first of all, it is white to move, and rook takes c3 is a big threat at the moment, so...
Yeah, that's true. So bishop somewhere, bishop f3 maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Or
Bishop
d3.
and then black could play e5 perhaps, if possible.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Maybe bishop g4.
Yeah, that could be something. No, but then if bishop g4, then exchange on g4, and then anyways rook takes c3 because black still... Oh, no, that's a blunder. Bishop takes g4, h takes g4, rook takes c3.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally jinxed that one for white. Oops.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not sure that the setup white chose was prejudiced.
Yeah, let's see if black finds it.
Yeah. Looks okay. Let's see if black can find it indeed. Yeah. Well, it's a very straightforward tactic. This could be a puzzle rush tactic. Let me contact my my people here. We should add this to the puzzle rush. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's write them.
Yeah. Black player is a FIDE master, so I'm sure that he will find this. Also, lots of time, not much to think about. And not much to think about. It's a very straightforward trick. Yeah, my bet would be that black is going to find this.
Yes, I also think so. Because also, if he's a dragon player, he should always have this idea in mind. This idea of rook c3. It's not that it's a new idea. It's something that is inside the position. The rook, the Petrosian, no, is the did a lot of this exchange sacrifice, and in the dragon is definitely one of the ideas, so should be played. I don't know why black is thinking so much. Maybe it's checking that is all right, but let's move to the second board in the meanwhile.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so once again, rating update. Alejandro Jose Chinchilla with the white pieces has a rating of 2130, and the player with the black pieces from Bermuda has a rating of 1962. So it's about, quick math, 80, 90, I don't know, about something like 170 rating points difference for...
Roland, we really appreciate also if you say about 150. It's fine.
I know, but I like to do math, so yeah.
That's alright, and if you like.
Sometimes I do that. It's just fun. You know, math is fun. I don't understand why a lot of kids don't like math in school. It's like numbers you try to add. It's like puzzling. Math is like chess, so enjoy it.
Yes, I like.
In any case, what about this position? It seems like white has won a pawn with knight d takes e4. So yeah, that's a clear pawn. I mean, if black plays knight takes c3, white can play knight takes c3 as well. So yeah, it should be a full pawn actually, just short castle now, and not much of a problem here for white.
Yes, I agree. White is doing great here, and nothing to add. Knight g3 maybe, and yeah, just a safe position, castle, and I think white will try to push also e4 and to use this central pawn. And yeah, I love white position here. So let's move to the women board here. Here we are. It was a pattern with knight c4 is a line that Carton I think played.
Yeah, it is. It's a funny line actually. This knight c4. It's more treacherous than you might think, indeed. And okay, c5 is a very ambitious way to play here. Would you take the pawn with bishop takes f6 and knight takes d5? I guess not. White plays knight f3. Would you play knight c6? There is an idea for white to play knight. Knight takes d5 is simply the threat here. Yeah, I guess knight c6 is not really a good move here. So then move like bishop e6 or something should be.
Yes, bishop e6. Then yeah, then knight c6, developing just normally the pieces. Yes, but
Yeah.
here we are still in an early stage of the game.
No, I think we've lost the theory here. This is really not well known. This knight c4 line is really, really unexplored at the moment. So, yeah. But okay, yeah. Let's maybe move on to another game. We're still in the early stages of the game. What? Okay, that's
Okay, I want to see the full game. So e4, c6, d4, queen f5 check, knight c3, knight f6, bishop d2, knight e4.
actually
Okay, I think that
Okay,
the
yeah.
the lady from Bermuda just started to play chess, Ashley Todd. So she probably just started chess because
Oh boy.
yes, she's really giving yeah everything. It seems like that she made it in purpose. I gotta say, but yeah, gotta be that she just started to play. So I hope that she can learn from her mistakes because it's important to occupy the center, not to develop the queen too early. Clearly, not to always to check the move for the opponent and to understand the value of pieces. So yeah, I think it can be this experience can help her to start to understand that the king should not go to a trip like she did here. I mean, basically she automated here with the king. No, better to keep your king in a safe place. And yeah, but okay, it was a funny game actually. So let's go to the second women board. Oh no, the second women
This
board
one we've
here.
already took. So this board, yeah. So we are looking now at the second women board, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, the white player is clearly the rating favorite. Rating of 1713, while the black player from Bermuda has a rating of 1420. So about actually 93, 97 rating difference or something. Yeah, okay. About 300 rating difference there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick math is hard.
Yes, and this was a
Right.
rating d5, d4. Okay. Yeah, it was c4 play, so it's a kind of Catalan opening. And now we are, yeah, in a Colle, I would say. Colle Zuckerberg, maybe similar. Not really. Okay, this line are, but okay, we have this position is pretty fine. The knight maybe on c6 is not ideal because black would like to have the pawn on c6, but maybe I like here an idea. Could be a6. It's very fancy, but a6, knight a7, knight c8, and knight d6. To
I'm not. That's really fancy. I'm not sure if that's the greatest idea, but yeah, it's okay. It's a way of improving the knight. That's true. Yeah,
But it
it's hard
takes
for
some
me
tempo.
to exactly. It's hard for me also to find a good place for the knight somehow. You want to play? Oh, wow, there you go. Well, a6 is a good move in general. You also want to prevent knight b5 ideas from white. So yeah, and okay, the knight on c6 is okay placed for now. But yeah, in the long run, you want to move the knight somewhere else. And another idea could be bishop d6 and knight e7 at some point. To just put the knight on e7 and then, yeah, so bishop d6 and knight e7 at some point. Yeah,
Yes.
also a good way of trying to make. Because the problem, knight a7, knight c8 is interesting as well. But I mean, the e5 square is then more or less always occupied by white's pieces. So
That's true.
I don't know. I want to keep that square a little bit more under control with a move like bishop d6.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree. I
but
agree.
it's all about the knight on c6. The black wants to change. What about the white position though? What would white's plan be? Maybe, I guess
Well,
knight e5, maybe a minority attack indeed.
yes, something like a3, b4, b5 might be an idea. And I think that, yeah, to try to play on the set there is not really an idea because d4 would be always weak. So I
Mhm.
think the minority attack would be something in this position.
Rook c8, very normal move, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe knight a4 is also an idea to put a knight on c5 at some
Ah,
point.
knight a4, knight c5. Yeah.
Yeah, it could also be interesting. Yeah, I like white slightly better, but yeah, nothing drastic yet. It should be still an open game, of course, but yeah, it seems like the player from uh, let's see, Honduras is doing yeah quite well in the opening at least.
Yeah. Right, let's move to the fifth board of the match. Here we have Dimitri from Bermuda against a FIDE master, Marlon Miller. Ah, yes, we already saw that Honduras has a FIDE master in the fifth board. So it might be it might have won some continental yeah, championship.
Marlon Miller is actually has got a rating of 2092. So yeah, not too shabby of a player, and he's playing an opponent with the black pieces. Uh, yeah, against the opponent from Bermuda. So with the white pieces, the rating is 1456. So a rating difference of about 640 rating points or something. Yeah, so black is clearly the favorite here, and black is doing absolutely well here. Because isn't black simply winning a pawn after knight takes a3 and bishop takes b5? Yeah, looks like it. I think that would win a pawn. Knight takes a3 and bishop takes b5. And that would mean also that black has got that bad bishop on d7 out of the change, and probably white needs to exchange that. Bishop takes b5. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
there's even something better, but that looks good enough to me. Unless you have something with a takes b5, but yeah, no, this should be this. I think knight takes a3 looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, Honduras seems doing great in all the boards nearly. Here the first board already is already over. Black one. So let's see if black did the moves. Yes. Bishop take. Yes. Yes. And we have the tactic on the board. So
Yep.
Chess.com, Simon A. We want this position to be added in the paddle rush. Yeah, we want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this,
Yeah.
I know already one position.
Yeah. All right. So rook takes h7. I'm not sure why white played that, but okay. I guess he was taking a shot at least.
Yeah.
And it's over. Okay. Let's move on to another game. So this is a win for Honduras once again.
Yes, so Honduras is on 2-0 at the moment. And here also Honduras is doing great because was a pawn up. So So yeah.
Rook b8. Yeah, okay, this is looking extremely good for white, of course. Pawn up for white, better active pieces, more harmonious development. e4 could be a good move here to try and push those center pawns, of course.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like it.
just looking extremely good for
Yeah, look
white.
how black is passive here.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
And a pawn on g5 also creating some weaknesses around the king there on g8. Yeah. Yeah, looking good for white.
Okay, it seems that here, yeah, in this match Honduras is really doing well. What do you think about trying to see what Jamaica against San Tome to get an impression also from that match?
All right, yeah, I would be totally down. Yeah, because those, yeah, also, of course, a contender for the first place, for the top three spots. So let's see how they're doing.
So this should be, first of all, let's start with a result because we have already a result, so let's mention it. Yes, here is the women board. We have Rihanna Brown managed to win from Jamaica, so we have also another result, but this time is a victory of the player from South Tome, and we have also another result, and yeah, this time the bomber from Jamaica again stroke again, so
Yeah, Rachel Miller, I think she is on 8 out of 8 at the moment, 100% score for her team in Jamaica. Yeah, she's on fire.
so it's 2-1 here, but let's see the other position. Here this should be the fourth board, I guess. Yes, the fourth board, I think.
Let me check.
Yeah, sure. But this position seems more or less equal. I like the knight on c4, the knight on c5, and maybe white could also try a4 now. So I think.
Fourth board, indeed. So yeah, a second women's board and about an equal match between both 1400 players around. A4, is that an idea? Could be, could be. I think the black has ways to counter that move with, for example, b4, but yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if it's a good idea to play a4 and b4 to allow that from the white side. I don't know. The pawn on b4 could become good, but on the other hand, it could also become a target. For example, if you play a move like rook b1 after a4 and b4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a double-edged decision, I would say, because after rook b8, also the a4 pawn could become a little bit weak. So yeah, it's really a double-edged position to play a move like a4. Yeah, maybe instead just a3 to at least stop the b4 pawn, the b pawn from advancing. Another idea would be g3 h4 to try and advance on the king side a little bit with white. Yeah, it's a double-edged position. I don't know which side I would choose here. Maybe rerouting the knights with white would be a good idea. Knight e1, knight d3, knight b4. Yeah, I think I
Black
like
maybe
white
f6.
because of that. Well, then first e6 need to be protected because there's still a knight on c5. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you can somehow manage that, then it would be, of course, then that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I guess we have also other reasons. Not. Okay, let's move to the first board of the match. Here we are. Jamaica against Sao Tome again. And
Pawn up.
yeah, pawn up for white.
Let b takes c5.
I think white, yes, okay. It went like this, b6 and just bishop. Queen take a6.
Yeah, looking very good for white. The rooks on d1 and e1 are more active than the rook on b8 and e8. The concrete question is, what does white do after b takes c5?
I guess
just take back indeed, and then take on d5 on the next move.
Yes, it seems just great here.
And rook takes b2 is not possible because there's a bishop on e5 indeed, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, also one move earlier that was not exactly the greatest move. I think rook takes b2 once again because of this idea. Looking great for white. I think white will end up at least a pawn up after d takes c5, or Yeah. What could be another idea for black? Can black maybe... Yeah, c6 is not possible because the bishop takes b8.
Yeah.
Yeah, b takes c5 needs to be played, I think.
Yeah, it's not so easy to find something else here. Maybe, okay, rook take b2 as you mentioned. Knight take d5 looks extremely strong, so maybe c6. No, not even, because
Yeah.
still the rook is on b8. So maybe rook a8 and then c6 might be a possibility.
Might be a good idea, yeah. Okay, so now your move, expecting knight takes d5 here.
Yes.
With a close to winning position, I would say. It's the bishops are going to be so active on d5 and e5. Lots of ideas, lots of tactics.
Yeah, that's true.
With that. For example, I have a nice line in mind. So knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, bishop b5. And then if black plays bishop b5, then, okay, besides bishop takes f7, we also have queen g6 here. Yeah, and I think that's mate. So there you see the power of the centralized bishops on d5 and e5.
Incredible. I like this move.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Looking very good for white. So that would mean for the Jamaican player. All right.
Yes, so
Yeah.
also here Jamaica is doing. Let's see the last board that we have to check from this match, because the match is still is already 2-1 from Jamaica, and the first board is looking amazing. So if there would be, if also here white is doing good, like it seems, should be very good for Jamaica as well.
This position, I'm not too sure. I think white's doing better, actually. White has... In this position, white is actually the one in charge here, I think. Okay, bishop c7 is easily answered by knight e8, protecting the pawn on d6. But I was thinking that, or bishop f8, also fine. I'm wondering how white can push, though. I mean, white is clearly the more active one, especially because of the queen on b3 and the bishop on a5, more or less controlling the queen side. The question is, how does white push here, though? f5 is an idea, but it also does not achieve that much for the moment.
Maybe bringing a knight to e4, going on to attack the point on d6. Maybe bringing a queen to c6 might be an idea. I think that white can really... Actually, I thought that the player from Jamaica had the white pieces, because white looks like yeah, being great, has more space. The queen on a8 is another a great example of small queen and big queen, because yeah, the queen on c8 is not doing so much. Instead, yeah, white pieces are much better. White has more space. I prefer white here.
Yeah, me too. The knight on d7 is a problem piece. It does not really have a future in this position. I mean, it can go to b8 or to f8, but that is more or less it. Yeah, and yeah, because of that, white has simply more space, more ideas to move around the pieces. So yeah, I guess f5 would be a good idea. Maybe to try and create some weakness on g6. Bishop d2. Okay, that's a mysterious move. Not really sure what white is doing with that move. Also not a time trouble move, because both players still have lots of time left on their clocks. Maybe preparing f5. Maybe white wants to play f5 at some point. Yeah, looking slightly better for white, but nothing too dramatic still.
All right, so let's move to the board number, should be number 5 or 4, I think. Yes, 4. This is the current position. And what about this position? Oh, I mean, it changed quite a lot, no? We were here, there is not a pawn anymore on d4. Okay, because probably there was d-take, yeah, d-takes. Yeah,
rook a4, nicely done by black.
Oh.
h4 is a really unfortunate move there, because after rook a4, the pawn is going to get taken indeed.
Yeah, and also there are some threats here, so probably king g1, and those two pawns are also quite weak. Maybe black can try to even sacrifice the d4 pawn in order to get counterplay against the g2 pawn. Yeah, black is doing well also here, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And the computer is, of course, also agreeing with us there. The pawn on e5 is a big weakness, actually. As well, okay, the bishop on c6 not participating that much, but like you said, d4 at some point could activate that. b4 is also maybe a little bit more solid idea, also because then the bishop can move to b5 at some point. After queen g3,
Yeah, maybe queen take e5 is needed here. I would have preferred to capture first the pawn and then to play rook e4 in order to try to capture both.
I agree. That would have been a better idea. Queen takes e5, there's one big problem with that, and that's after queen takes e5, rook takes e5. White can play knight d4 or knight a5 and then start pushing the c pawn. So yeah, queen takes e5, queen takes e5, rook takes e5, knight a5, bishop goes c6. Yeah, not shown on the board, but it's looking pretty hot for white. So yeah.
So you mean this knight d4?
Yeah, or knight a5 and then push the pawn, and then white is going to get some initiative back. So taking the pawn on e5 is not a great idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, I guess looking good for black. Just don't take on e5 with the queen, and black should be.
So maybe b4 could be an idea. Yeah, that's right to take on. Definitely now we know taking on h4 was the way to go, but not.
Yeah, this is what I mentioned. Now white is going to get some initiative in return. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if the oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's so natural 94 the 94 that I can't believe that 94 or 95 they are both so natural that. But I guess 94 is more natural, yes.
Yeah, I think that's more natural indeed. I'm a bit worried about rook e4 ideas. But I guess white's just too fast. c6, knight takes b5. Next. Yeah, should be.
Might be winning here for white.
Might be very well, yeah. Wow, that's unfortunate for black. Yeah.
Yes. Also because I think that with a draw it might mean that Jamaica will have problem to qualify because Honduras seems winning the match. Yeah.
All right, I guess we should move to the next game. This game, yeah, so, okay, black definitely achieved something here. Nice knight on g4, exchange some pieces. The bad knight on d7 is no more. Now it's a beautiful piece on g4.
Yes, also this bishop could get strong here. Yeah, queen f6 I like.
Queen b2 next. Looking pretty strong for black. Yeah, black is definitely now in the driver's seat. Now it's white who is very passive, especially with the knight on g4, controlling the king side more or less totally. So queen b2.
Yeah, queen b2 I like.
Queen's a pawn, it seems.
Yes, let me just yes say that here on the second board also we have another result. Oh no, we had it already. Sorry, I thought it was the first board. But yeah, the first board is very close to a result, as the pawn is very close to. Also maybe rook c1.
Yeah, rook c1 looks like a good suggestion. Yeah, king d6, a7, a6, sorry.
Yeah, and now the threat is to take here and then.
Yeah, but then black still has bishop b7, so that doesn't work. But maybe rook d1 and rook d5. No, it doesn't work.
Or rook d1 and rook d8.
Yeah, depending on where the king goes, of course.
If the king goes if to e7, you can play rook a1 and then rook e8. Rook e1.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good suggestion. Yeah, I think that would be very nice. But yeah, it's not that easy. I mean, the bishop on c5 is controlling the a7 square for now. So
yeah, but those pawns are so weak that if a rook managed to get okay now this no.
No, still not. Still bishop d5. It seems.
But maybe check and bishop d6, c6.
Yeah, that looks good. Still, the a7 square is then not available for the pawn, but maybe just rook d3 or something. Just rook h3 next move. Try to attack one of the pawns on the king side.
Yeah, because if this pawn would fall, it would be over.
That would be very, very bad for. Yeah, very, very bad for black. So, but still, white still has some things to solve here. Especially, of course, the bishop on c5, which is controlling the a pawn. So somehow white needs to make sure to get that thing across. Yeah, just like a normal move, king g2. Maybe we're gonna have another short Timon idea with king g2, king h3, king h4.
But it's losing this pawn, so okay, maybe f3, including f3.
Yeah, or f4. Looking good for white still, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there is a result here.
We've already seen this one.
But this.
Ooh, okay, so this was what happened here. Wow, that was what, knight a5?
No.
Oh my god, that was a terrible move, knight a5. Yeah, you hate to see it. I don't think it was a mouse slip. I think the black forgot that c1 rook was under attack.
Yeah, g3 was not a good move because I lost.
No. Yeah, you have to play c6 here. All right.
Okay, so this means actually that Jamaica will win the match, and also quite probably 5-1 it will end up now, because here black is doing great now. Also I like h5, that is, yeah, limiting any chance of counterplay. And okay, the only way that, no, there is not en passant because the pawn was just one square. So now the bishop is free to maybe bishop b2 and then taking here.
Just bishop b2 looks good. Maybe bishop c3 as well. Well, no, not bishop c3, by the way. Scratch that. Bishop b2, a4. Oh, how do you continue? Maybe bishop d4 is also good. Well, bishop b2, my concern was a4, and how are you going to collect one of the pawns?
Also bishop c3 can be an idea.
Yeah, I mentioned that also, but after bishop takes c3, knight takes c3, white is queen e7 check, and at least a draw, so...
Yeah, so the knight should stay there.
Yeah, so king g2, maybe the way is to push the a pawn somehow. If you can get the a pawn to a3, then black is queen b2 ideas. I think I got it. The way is queen c1. Queen c1 to try and attack the f4 pawn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how white can actually stop that.
Okay, bishop g3 probably.
Yeah, that's true, but that looks...
Bishop e3.
Bishop e3 indeed. Queen b3, okay. Yeah, bishop e3 still, yeah? After that. Yeah, so after queen b3, black still has an idea with bishop e3. No tricks. No tricks. But bishop e3 wins a pawn, wins the f4 pawn. No, I like queen b1. Just going for the tactic knight g3. You never know if white might not see it. So maybe white will play king f1 now, and then knight g3 would be absolutely perfect for black, of course. You can always try it. You never know if your opponent might fall for a trap like that, of course. But yeah, I think the objective way to go is
always try.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, the first board is over, as you can see. The king marched to, as we mentioned, the king marched to h6 and also to h7, and then managed to promote. The game ended up in a draw, by the way. Pity, because black was doing great here. Third repetition. Yeah, black didn't know exactly how to proceed. That's the problem. Because it seems good, but didn't know how to go on. And yeah, if you do, when you don't know how to go on, and Queen c1 would have been a good way. But okay, this match is over, so let's come back to, should be 4.5 to 1.5 for Jamaica. So let's go back to the other match.
That's a mate. That's a nice mate. Let's see, Trinidad and Tobago, is that true? No, Bermuda versus Honduras, this is.
Yes, we felt that Honduras might win by far, maybe 5-1, something similar. And all the other games are finished, so let's use the finger power.
All right. Yeah, for which one are we going to do this?
Honduras and Bermuda.
All right, so, let's go.
Okay, first board Honduras, second board Bermuda, then Honduras, then Honduras, then Honduras, and then
Honduras.
Bermuda.
Now this is a different game. This is Trinidad and Tobago versus... Yeah,
sorry.
So this is not the game.
And
well, it doesn't matter. It's at least 4-1, as you guys can see. Magic of the fingers. So Honduras won their match, and that's all they needed to do. Yeah, so let me check which one was the most important match in the next round again. I believe that was indeed Honduras versus Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, so the next match will be absolutely fantastic. Honduras versus Trinidad and Tobago, the two players directly facing off against each other for the second or third prize.
Yes, here we are. So
yeah. Looking at Trinidad and Tobago, it seems, so this is the last game to determine if it will be 6-0, 5.5 half, or 5-1. But yeah, Trinidad and Tobago winning the matches though, so they're still in second place after this, behind Nicaragua in the standings.
Yeah.
All right, let's wait and see if there will be a stalemate here. We've seen some stalemates in winning end games before. But yeah, most likely this is, of course, a very easy win for white if everything goes well. Now, for example, if rook b4, then don't play f7. That could lead to some stalemate troubles. Don't play f7. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Just king g5. Yes, nice. Very good. Very good. Now after rook b5, just bishop f5. Just get that bishop out of there. And yeah, just maybe move the knight to f7, for example.
Yeah.
Somehow. Should be a very easy win. Black is being a bit annoying, of course. But yeah, it should not be a big deal. Let's move the bishop, then play knight f5.
Okay, now knight e5.
Yeah, looks very, very good.
Knight e5, knight f7, h7, and oh.
See. All right, yeah, we're closing in on the end of this round. Only a few games, actually only 2 games as far as I can see in the results.
Wait, again.
Yeah, bishop d7 wins easily, I think.
Yeah, but it's funny because knight f7 might be a draw.
Wait, yeah, this is a...
Okay.
Yeah, no crazy rook, no crazy rook. If rook g6, knight takes g6 with check. Yeah,
so king g5 is important, not king h5.
Yeah, king h5, rook takes h6, king g5, f8 is the next move, so... Nice.
Okay, rook f6 still.
Yeah. f8. No, not f8. Wait. This is weird. h7?
It's so tricky still.
Yeah, it is. Knight g6 doesn't work because the rook takes g6. I'll just move the bishop somewhere to g4. h7 looks good enough too. Yeah. King g7, knight g6, and winning.
Yeah, not stalemate anymore.
No stalemate, no tricks. Knight g6, come on, you can do it. Yep, and it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
Okay.
even queening, mating too.
Okay, but White did a good job because there were really a lot of ways to go wrong for a
Yeah, I agree
stalemate.
there.
So
Yeah, White could have been overconfident and might have made a wrong move there.
yes, I
Yeah. Yeah,
agree.
so never give up, everybody. Never give up. You might get a stalemate in the end. All right, I guess that is all the results. Let us recheck if all the games are done. And of course, we're going to update you then with the standings or the results. As
Yes,
far as I
yes.
can see, no games anymore, but let's check that. So
No,
we have
no
all the
games
results.
anymore. And we are getting all the results. Let's start from bottom. Trinidad and Guyana is 5-1, as we just saw. Honduras, Bermuda is 5-1 to Honduras. Jamaica, Sao Tome 4-0 to 1-0. Nicaragua won 6-0 against Sierra Leone. And Aruba, Bahamas is currently 3-2. We don't know yet how this match ended. By the way, this is not so important for the scoreboard because, as you can see, both Aruba and Bahamas have no chance to qualify. It's going to be the last round of the post. So, guys, is really a game between Jamaica, Honduras, Trinidad, and Nicaragua. Actually, Nicaragua and Trinidad should. Okay, Trinidad, if Trinidad might lose and Jamaica win, there could be a possibility. So, and it's so interesting. I mean, I think that Pool E is really a nice climax. Perfect for the end of this event because look at the pairings we have, and these are the pairings, and Honduras is going to play against Trinidad. Instead, Jamaica is going to play against Sierra Leone that in the last rounds did forfeit, so might be a 6-0 for Jamaica. So it means that Jamaica will really qualify, and the winner between Honduras and Trinidad, that will be the match that we are going to follow, will qualify to the next division. So it's going to be extremely exciting.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, really looking forward to that match, especially, of course, Honduras versus Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, with this, I guess we are going to go on a small break. I don't think we have anything left to add about this, but just to say, like, it's very exciting to watch. Of course, the last round, a direct clash between Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago, and Jamaica just needs a large win, I think, against Sierra Leone to qualify already. And Sierra Leone is in the bottom of the standings, so there's a really good chance for Jamaica to qualify there. And Sierra Leone in the last round had a lot of forfeits. They have trouble getting people in front of the computer or technical issues. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. But yeah, looking like a very good chance for Jamaica to qualify. So yeah, I guess that's it. We are gonna go on a short break and we'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly with the last round of Pool E.
the final round of the day, round 9, Pool E, Division 4. We are going to know the 3 teams that will qualify from Pool E to the next division, Division 3.
Yep.
So, there is one big match. I think it's quite clear. Sierra Leone will not be playing, so also for Jamaica, there will be a 6-0, and this is the scoreboard. So Jamaica will go at 14 points and 39.5 individual points. This is already a fact. So this means that the teams needs to win in order to qualify. Okay, for Trinidad and Tobago also a draw is enough. Honduras needs to win in order to qualify. I think is easy, no? Trinidad can also make a draw. Honduras needs to win.
No, I think Honduras can also make a draw as well because they have a lot more board points than Jamaica. So even if Jamaica wins with 6-0, then Honduras would still have more board points than Jamaica. So Honduras only needs a draw, and Jamaica, is more or less hoping that it will not be a draw. And if it will not be a draw, then Jamaica is very, very likely to get through to the next
incredible.
division. So it's such an exciting last round. Jamaica, of course, already 6-0, like you mentioned, because of Sierra Leone being AFK, not being able to play, unfortunately. So we are obviously going to go and check Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago. This is the dream finish, more or less, that we could hope for. So of course, we are waiting for the games to start. They're slowly dropping in again, and we are going to find the games in those matches. And about the teams, Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago. So let's see what their individual pairings are. I'm going to check that right now. It's actually quite an even match on most boards. Scratch that, Honduras is the rating favorite on almost all boards, except for, it seems to be only on one board Trinidad and Tobago is the rating favorite. So on all other boards, Honduras is the favorite, except for board 1, which is kind of funny because on board 1, the player from Trinidad and Tobago has a rating of 1611. But that is the rapid rating. The official rating of the player from Trinidad and Tobago is actually 2300. So compared to the player of Honduras, that's almost 100 rating difference. So based on rating, I guess Honduras overall has the slightly better chances, but on 4 boards definitely, while on 2 boards it is Trinidad and Tobago who has the advantage. So Honduras looks to me like the favorite of this match.
Very hard to say. Both teams did really very good up to now. So I think will be a match full of it's unpredictable according to me, for my feelings.
Any matches, of course, unpredictable, definitely. And if we take a look then at, in the standings, of course, Trinidad and Tobago is currently in 2nd place. So in that regard, you could say that Trinidad and Tobago is the favorite there, but at least on paper, on rating, it seems like Honduras is the favorite here. Once again, the games are slowly dropping in. We'll check if we see one of the games in the matches so far. No match on the board.
Not yet.
Let's see if the match is going to start soon.
I would like to, before going on with the games that are going to start, are already dropping in, so we are slowly showing them. But I want to show everyone. We already know we are at the very last round of the Division 4. So we are with one foot in the next division, the Division 3. So I would like to show everyone which are the strongest team of Division 3 in the Division 3 that are waiting for the 15 teams advancing from Division 4. So here we are. Those are the top 10 teams of Division 3. Denmark, Portugal, Bolivia, Monaco, Scotland, Chile, Mexico, Venezuela, Albania, and Belgium. They are, yeah, and yeah, I just had a weird thought. I thought that I love the Belgium chocolate, and
right.
so
Yeah. Yeah, lots of good stuff, of course. Lots of nice foods in all of those countries, more or less. Yeah, anyways, we're not talking about foods, of course. We're talking about, yeah, some countries to look forward to. Actually, a lot of those countries that Alessia just showed have got grandmasters in them. So you can expect a lot of nice grandmaster games in the next division, in the third division. And yeah, so next weekend, we can definitely look forward to that. And actually, talking about the third division, maybe we should show the total amount of countries that have already qualified for the third division. So we've got a nice card for that to show the countries that have already qualified. So this time not a top 10 list, but an overall view of all the countries there.
yes, and
Yeah,
from Pool A we have Hong Kong, Thailand, and Chinese Taipei. From Pool B we have Syria, Malta, and Mozambique. For Pool G we have Mauritania, Lebanon, and Nigeria. For Pool D we have Angola, Suriname, and Puerto Rico. And Pool E, last but not least, we have Nicaragua, and hey, we are going to discover it soon after this round 9. So let's not let's start with the games, because the games are here. So let's go.
all right. Yeah, so yeah, of course, a lot more countries also qualified. There have been 30 teams that have already qualified for the Division 3. Maybe afterwards we can show you what exactly the countries are that have already qualified. So not just the top 10, but also every country that has already qualified, based on strength and based on time zone, of course. Yeah, but okay, the games are starting. Actually, every game we have already available. We should be able to have the match on the board. And do we have that right now? It doesn't.
Yes, this is the right match. It's the first board, I think, of Honduras against Trinidad. With the white pieces, we have the FIDE Master Marlon Miller, and with the black pieces, we have the FIDE Master Isaiah McIntosh.
Yeah, not the first board. It's board 5. So this is the youth board, and that means that Marlon Miller has a rating of 2092. So yeah, once again, the ratings you see behind their names are the Chess.com ratings. Those are not a good indicator of their playing strength. So I'll try to update you on the actual ratings that they have. And yeah, Marlon Miller with the white pieces from Honduras has a rating of 2092. He's the strongest player, I believe, on board 5 in this whole pool. So he's bound to do well, and he's playing against, the black player with 1902 rating. So it's about a 190 rating difference in favor of the white player from Honduras. Yeah, and black is playing a6 here. That's a line that you don't see very often. Usually black wants to play bishop e7 at some point, or there's a big main line, of course, in the Catalan where black takes on c4. First, a6, I guess it's with the same idea to play d takes c4 and then to try and push b5. Actually, if that gets on the board, there is some famous sacrifice, I think, possible there. But yeah, let's take a look at how this will progress. Of course, we're still in the opening stage. I'm curious to see if black dares to take on c4 right now. I'm thinking, followed by a b5 move, perhaps. Yeah, still early in the stages, of course.
Yeah, so let's move to the another board. This should be now the board number 6, I think, with the white pieces, Jenica Lynch from Trinidad, and with the black pieces, Maria Prade Ramos from Honduras. So
Yep.
what about the position here? It was a French, I think. Yes, it was a French. And it seems like black solved already most of the problem in the French. Um, because also this bishop will have probably a new life through the diagonal a6 f1. Probably bishop b6 can be an idea, c5, knight g6 attacking the pawn, no, short castle.
Yeah, f6 perhaps at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what went wrong is that there's a pawn on c6 now instead of on b7. That gives black a lot of possibilities here. Now there's no, how do you say, blockade on d4 anymore possible because black can play c5 most of the times there. But as you said, bishop a6, also a big idea here for black, of course. The bishop will be nicely positioned on a6. I don't
So
think white is that much worse, but I do think black is. Oh wow, this is not a good move. Okay, bishop a6. White's queen a3 still. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that bad. After bishop a6, queen a3, pinning the bishop. So bishop takes a1 is not possible there.
but still castle and rook away, and maybe there are
d1.
some discovery attack like bishop c4, winning this pawn at least. So I think it's great for this. So let's show it. This castle protecting the rook now, and rook gotta move somewhere, probably e1, protecting here, and also going in a black squares, and probably bishop c4 just attacking here.
Yeah, there's also queen d6 ideas still. It's not that easy. I think I absolutely agree. Black is totally better here than white, doing absolutely great. But yeah, it's by no means winning.
Yeah,
yet.
it's still a way,
don't
a long
think
way.
yeah, black can also not win any material. No big discovery checks so far, it seems. So it's still a game indeed. Black comfortable, but not much going on still. After queen a3, if white sees it, of course.
Yes, okay, I think we should go to board 1 of the match. That is not this one, but is this one. Here we have two international master, Ricardo Urbina from Honduras and Mr. Alan Safar Romutar from Trinidad.
Number 1 board is this, so this is slight rating favorite. Black is the slight rating favorite here. It seems that he has about 100 rating points more. 2300 rating, while his opponent from Honduras with the white pieces has a rating of 2223. So about 100 rating advantage for the player from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Black has a nice pawn structure again. Nice pawn chain with the C until the H pawn.
It's somehow similar to the previous.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, e5 is missing, but I mean, also the combination of pieces is really similar. So it's kind of fun in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, looking pretty good for black, I would say. Yeah, it's nice to have pawns connected to each other. Yeah, c5 doesn't work, by the way, because of knight takes a8, attacking the queen. Queen a7, I was wondering about that move, but I don't think it really helps after... Well, rook a d1, what about c5 now? White still has knight takes c8, so no man overboard, there's no piece hanging still. But white is slightly playing with fire. There might be a tactic somewhere soon.
Yeah. That's true.
e5, queen e3. No, I don't see a way for black to win any material just now. Yeah. Okay, so black, nice pawn structure, looks very good. Slightly better, I would say.
Yep. Okay, let's go to board 2. White beat board 2. Yes, we have a FIDE master with the white pieces. Adrian Winter at ball against Mr. Alejandro Joseph from Honduras.
Yeah, 60 rating different, about in favor of the black player, but the white player is a FIDE master, so yeah, rating of course doesn't tell everything.
Yes. So what about the position? What do you think here?
looks great for black. The bishop on b6, very much superior to the bishop on c4. No weaknesses. Yeah, it's actually only the bishop that makes the difference here. Active ideas.
Okay, also the pawn on d5 is a bit weak, no?
Yeah, it's very hard to attack that.
That's true.
So maybe, okay, rook c8 is a very normal move. Would you play something like knight e4 and f5 here? Would that be good?
Yeah.
Interesting. Knight e4 and f5. It's black to move. Yeah.
It seems good. Why not?
Yeah, because otherwise you might have a hard time. Yeah, creating some progress here with black. I think the pawn needs to be pushed to f5. All right, and he's listening.
I hope not, but but yeah, here we are.
All right.
And f5 can be a way, then probably bringing, maybe also g5, you know, pushing everything.
Push everything. Well, Ginger GM would be very happy about that, but in this case, knight takes f2 looks winning. Ah, okay. No.
Oh, but there is the rook, no?
Yeah, but then e4.
Yeah, but then e4.
Yeah.
That's so
and
right.
Then taking on f2, you win at least an exchange like this.
Yes, but okay, knight
Missed
c5.
chance.
But still, e4 is a threat, and e3, knight e3 might be. There are many ideas. Also, just e5, e4, or maybe f4 with idea of e4 and f3.
I really wouldn't push those pawns too hasty. If you play e4, then white can play knight d4 and knight e6 to try and undermine maybe the pawns that are just advanced. Yeah, it's really very often you want the pawns to stay together, the e5 and f5 pawns, so that they can protect each other when necessary. And in this case, I would keep them on e5 and f5 for as long as possible. Until you are absolutely sure that pushing them would be a good idea. So in this case, I would just play a move like queen e8 to prevent knight g6, or king h7 also looks like a very normal move here. Yeah, I think black is doing absolutely great. We're just trying to find the right way to proceed for black. But it looks extremely comfortable, especially because of the bishop on c6. Nicely eyeing the f2 pawn, while the bishop on f1 is not doing very much at the moment. So slightly better for black, I would say. All right.
Okay, we have a drawing board one, by the way.
We have a draw. Really? Oh.
Yeah.
That was unexpected. I would say black's a bit better, not that much. It's still a long way to go.
I want to see what happened. Was not the sixth board here. Okay, well, this
is board one.
Okay, unexpected. Asked for a draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know exactly why. Maybe they were both uncomfortable with the position. But it seems to me that black has the better chances here simply because of the better pawn chain. And the bishop on b3 is stuck for the moment. So yeah, good chances for black, but it's hard to advance as well. Maybe just a move like queen e4 would have been good. But okay, it doesn't matter. It's a draw. So yeah, one step closer for Honduras to qualify for the next division. If they draw... Okay, let's move on to the next game.
Yes, so this is the second board here, and we have okay, we have this position, bishop d3. Is now time to push the pawns?
Maybe it looks good now. Yeah.
Yeah, e4, e4.
Yeah, because now the e4 pawn is nicely protected by the knight on c5. So if you play bishop b5, then f4 would be nicely protected. So yeah, this is what I meant. If you absolutely know for sure that the pawns are going to be good, then it's okay to push them. And in this case, it seems that it's The correct choice. Yeah. No knight on e6. The knight's kind of misplaced on h4 for the moment. So yeah, perfect timing to play e4 and f4. Yeah.
Definitely agreed. And so, what about moving to another game? Because this seems quite going in the right
Yeah. We also
direction. Yes.
just left this game, so let's move on to another one. Oh,
Yes.
this looks very interesting.
Here,
Yeah.
yeah, is this a King's Indian? Yes, this is a King's Indian, and yeah, as usual here, uh, Black is going to push pawns on the king side and try basically the idea is clear: push the pawns, checkmate the king. So
Yeah, that's in general the case, of course. Yeah. In this case, I would maybe try to play something like rook f7 and rook a f8 to make use of this f pawn on f4. Yeah, there's actually a nice saying that if you have a pawn on f4, it's in the Dutch opening, you sometimes also get a pawn like this on f4, and they call it the Dutch lance because it's the instrument where you strike your opponent with. Yeah.
yeah, so
But I would take on g3 as late as possible, by the way. Yeah, just prepare it. There's no rush. Just rook f7, rook a f8.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there is a way to bring other pieces to the attack. Maybe some weird maneuver with this knight. Not so easy at the moment, because a knight here maybe might be
Oh, wow.
ideal, no?
That's a long way. I don't think that's possible. Then you need to bring the knight to f7. Well, g5, knight g8, knight h8, knight f7, knight g5. Yeah, but then you need g5. So yeah, g5 is by the way also a very good move. Just try to push the pawn to g4. Try to create some more space on that side. But I like to make use of that f file. It looks very tempting to play like that. Well, White's ideas are a little less clear, I believe. Maybe a move like knight e2 and c5 at some point. Yeah,
Yeah, but
White is
Black is going
struggling.
with your idea. Rook f7, rook f8, and
Yeah,
it's going.
and then rook. Oh yeah, knight. Wow, knight b1 really? After
Mm-hmm.
knight bd2. Now looks still more or less okay for White, but the knight on d2 is very passive. Yeah, it's
Maybe
very.
wants to go to f1.
Well, it's just to protect the knight on f3 so that it doesn't have to move, but it seems like, yeah, because otherwise f takes g3 would have won the piece on f3, with bishop takes f3, and the rooks would be attacking that knight on f3 1,000 times. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what White needed to prevent there. I guess the idea is for Black is to play g5 anyway. I think Black has to at some point. Yeah, bishop h6, h3. Yeah, looks good too. Looks good too.
yeah,
Still
it's
prolonging the attack. Looks like an initiative for Black in this case.
yeah. What is clear that here Black is in the driving seats. There are many different ideas. Black could try to open f take g3 and then try to play on the f file. Don't know if something like g5 g4 could be an idea, or even uh, trying to go with the other pawn somehow. Maybe not
Uh,
possible really.
which which pawn?
H. So h5, h4.
Pawn. Oh
But
wow, that's a long way.
yeah,
Yeah,
knight f6. Yeah, but it's a long way. But okay, I
yeah.
think that basically, normally in this kind of position, white is going on the other side, so it's going to play for c5, trying to clear something on the queen side, but yeah, it's not doing so much at the moment, no, on the queen side.
Not yet, but there might be coming some tactics with the knight on h5 pretty soon. For example, bishop takes g2, king takes g2, and then queen g4, f takes g3, h takes g3, knight f4. I'm sorry, I know I'm going fast,
Okay,
but
let's make h a3,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, let's
And
go
then
slow. Bishop take. You said
pawn takes, h takes, queen g4, and then you have ideas with knight f4, which looks very, very dangerous at the moment. So the knight is not doing nothing on h5 for the moment, at least. Yeah, but okay, white's white needs to really take care of that. White has a really passive position. White needs to play c5 at the moment to at least create some counterplay. But okay, yeah, this position, of course, not really important. This was just to show the ideas with the knight on h5.
Yes, sure.
Let's move back to the game.
Yes, this is the current position, and
Yeah.
let's go to see the other boards. Like this, we understand exactly what is going to happen, because let's repeat for everyone, this match is important because one between those teams will qualify, advance to next division. Other two teams, the first team is clear, and might be that the other team is Jamaica. The only case where Jamaica won't qualify is when those two teams are going to make 3-3 against each other, and then they will both qualify, but Jamaica will stay out.
Yeah, so the perfect scenario for Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago is indeed a draw, so that they both will qualify. And otherwise, Jamaica is through to the next round. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, what is this position? Looks good for white first glance, but let's first check which board this actually is. This looks like the youth board. Yeah, so a lot of developments there. White looks good. I mean, the knight on c6 is very annoying for black. At the moment, it's nicely controlling the queen side, and also the pawn on f4. This structure, what was the structure called again? I don't know what this structure was called, but at least the idea is that the pawn on f4, it's not connected to the h-pawn again, but it is nicely controlling the center square, so
Yeah,
that
exactly.
push from black is not available anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like white's position. It's yeah. The only question is how do you push here?
Yeah, I agree. This is the right question, because the white position is in control. White is in control of the position. Maybe h5, h4.
Oh, h5, h5, h4,
h4, h5.
That's then the question that you need to ask. If you play h4, is that really better than if black h5 plays h5? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure if that's a great idea to play h4, because after h5, the pawn on h4 might become a weakness and a potential long-term target for black because of the dark square.
Yeah,
bishop.
but then the king will go to h3.
Then we'll have another short Timon adventure on our hands. That would be beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
okay, might be. Yeah. Let's see how white. Yeah, my white maybe is trying to bring the knight to e5.
Yeah, that would be annoying as well.
Maybe to double rook on the c5 might be an idea, or trying to play f3, e4 maybe.
f3, e4?
Yes.
A queen f3, e4, you mean?
No, f3, e4.
Okay. Okay.
Clearly, we should take a look at the
pawn on
pawns.
f4 is under attack. That's why I thought you might meant queen f3 there to protect the f4 pawn. Yeah, f3. Not a big fan of that move. It's weakening the e3 pawn, and the e4 is nicely already protected on e4 a lot of times. So yeah, queen f3 would be good. If queen f3, then e4, then you can start pushing in the center. That would be a good suggestion, definitely. Yeah, e4 is the right way to go. You're right with that, absolutely. Yeah, queen g4, kind of a mysterious move. I like how white is not changing the pawn structures so far, because if you do that, then black might be able to counter that a little bit, and instead it's more or less probing, trying to find some weakness in the black position, trying to see if black
He
might
provoked
play.
to move h6.
Yeah, I'm not sure that is a big provocation. I don't see a way for white to make use of that. But for example, if black plays a move like f5, then white has definitely achieved something. Big weakness on g6 then. So
okay, let's say that the achievement is that now really no other push of the pawn can be done on the king side.
Exactly. So more and more control for white in this position.
Yeah.
Yeah, and e4 is still on the table. Still possible, yeah. Well, not in this position, of course, because of knight f6, winning the pawn on e4.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Um,
at some point, it's an idea still.
yes, maybe knight 2 or maybe even knight h4, king g1, rook g1, and then taking on g6. And here we go. Might be interesting actually, because the knight on c6 is so strong that it's covering every protection through the 7th rank.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right that the knight on c6 is controlling a lot of squares. But for example, if you put a king on h1, then there might be potential pins connected with the queen on b7. So yeah, white does need to be precise with the attacks. And actually, I like knight fe5 a lot. With the same idea to take on g6, perhaps in the future. I don't see it in the short term, though, but white is just keeping nice control over the position so far. Yeah, and actually, I like your initial suggestion where you played h4, h5, try to put that on the board. And if black plays h5, then white's just going to play king h2 and king h3.
Yeah.
And I like that because if you put the king on h1, then it's in the line of the queen on b7. So that is why I think it's a good idea to place the king on h2 instead of on h1.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then what do you think? Would it be better to play h3, king h2, or h4 and king h2? I like h4.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, nicely done. Nice suggestion there. Let's see.
King h2, rook g1, knight take g7, and ggo. That's the way to go.
Exactly.
I believe in these ways. My playing style is extremely aggressive, so I'm always happy to look at these ideas.
Yeah, I agree. It looks very nice. Looks very nice idea for white. Yeah.
Okay, but guys, the time is gonna run. So we have some update about the results. Here is the first board. No, not the first board. What am I saying? The first board end up in a draw. Then we have a result at the first women board, where black won here. Oh, why did white resign here?
Time.
Oh, time.
Yeah, another disconnection there. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, was
Always
quite
painful to
critical,
see it. Yeah.
but still. Okay, so 1.4 Honduras. There is a draw also. And here, oh no, this is another match. So we have just this. Okay, so let's go back to...
That was a draw. This is still going on.
Oh, it changed so fast. What happened? h4, a3. Wait, that pawn ran so fast. Okay, that pawn was pushed in the last moves. So b3, queen a6, king g2, queen g2, queen b5. Is rook g1. You see, the plan is going. That's the plan.
It's on the board. Queen d5 looks good.
f3, f3.
Oh, you want to go all in with this, yeah? Oh.
Yes, would be
wow,
so
it
nice.
might actually work. Yeah, I don't really see a good defense there for black. Knight takes g6 is coming, yeah. Or knight takes f7, by the way. It's also good.
Oh, so happy.
Yeah, looking good. Wow, nice job. Great prediction, Alexia. Nice.
Yeah, when it's about the king. Also, knight take f7 is...
I don't see a defense here. No, I don't. Wow, amazing. Nicely done by the white player, indeed. So, yeah, the player from, let's see, from Honduras doing great for his team. So...
yeah, this would mean already 2.5. Would mean that Honduras are really doing great here. Okay, now it's time to...
Knight takes f7.
Knight take f7, yes.
Wait, does that work? You could also... No, wait.
Maybe it's better knight take g6.
I think
Because
you
it opens the G file.
Yeah, you're still doing that. After king takes f7, queen takes g6, you're actually gaining a tempo with check. So the g file is open then, and you have a check. So
Yeah, that's true. But if the king doesn't take, okay, you take on g6. Should be fine. But
yeah,
if
exactly.
g5,
That looks just knight back to e5 looks great for white.
yeah, no, that's true.
You
No,
do
no.
have e4 as an in-between move sometimes, but okay, let's focus on knight takes f7. Then king takes f7, queen takes g6, king f8, and then maybe knight e5. Isn't that winning?
95, yes, I like 95.
Trying to block the queen's path to the knight on h5, and also we're threatening queen f7 mate. So I feel like this is yeah, this looks like a very clean way to win this. Yeah, so
Okay,
great
let's follow
plan.
how it went.
Yeah.
Okay, knight f7 is on the board, this is on the board. Great, king f8 should be next, and then yeah, 95, I love 95 actually. Because mate here, this is hanging, you cannot move the knight because this is hanging, I mean, it's just over.
Yeah, looks perfect for what. Really nice game, by the way, and really nice plan with this knight f7 knight. Yeah, so we talked before about knight g5 provoking the move h6. Well, here you go with the pawn on h7. This was all not possible. So there you see that the probing that white did was very, very nice. Actually, this was a very high level game, I think. Yeah, very nicely done by the youngster Marlon Miller. I think it's over. I think it's a win for white.
Yeah, I agree.
Too many pawns. All right, I would say let's move on to another game. This game looks more or less over. Let's see if we can find another game that is okay. Yeah, this game looks also more or less over.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. This is the last board, I think, and where white is doing pretty bad because is an exchange. She's an exchange down, and okay. I mean, black is even going to exchange the rook if he wants to, and the a3 pawn is weak and force the. I think d4 is the way to break through.
Yeah, looks like an easy way to break through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
king
so
f6.
also here is in favor of the Honduras player. So I think that we are going towards the direction that Honduras will qualify and Trinidad will just sit one step from the podium. It means that they won't go to next division. Oh, pretty.
Yeah, looks like it so far. Yeah, looks very bad for Trinidad and Tobago. They were in the lead all this time through the rounds, always in the top spots. But now in the last round, they might be kicked off their qualification spot, pushed down by Honduras and Jamaica. Well, yeah, did not see that coming. I thought for sure that Trinidad and Tobago would qualify, but it seems like they are not going to. That would be a big upset.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Okay, Trinidad and Tobago looking good on this board though. Yeah, rook takes b6, next move. Oh, okay, white's going for the other pawn. I think I would have taken on b6, just winning that pawn would have been great. Okay, this is actually also okay. Yeah, black needs to play h4, and then rook takes b6. And then, yeah, it's nice that black does not have a clear break yet on the queen side. Well, black could still play g4, of course, but that is another extra pawn for white, so...
So this time this is in favor of the player from Trinidad, so
yep.
At least one game. Let's remind everyone that a draw in that match would mean that, yeah, that they are both teams are going to qualify, but Jamaica will be out of the podium. So, and podium means qualification actually, out of the first three places. So,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And this looks winning. I think the B pawn will decide everything. I don't think white black has any chance of keeping that pawn from promotion, and then it should be an easy win for
yeah.
for white. Rook h6, g4 an idea? I guess just rook takes h4 or rook h5. No, looks winning for white. Yeah, looking good. Time is also of the essence for black. Way less time than the white player here. Down to 10 seconds on the clock. No disconnection, no connection problems, luckily for the black player. So yeah, it should be good for white.
Yes.
All right. Do we still have another game maybe in this match, or?
Yes, we have this game that is also pretty winning.
Yeah,
And
this game.
yeah, I will try to go through very shortly about all the games. I'm sorry, that might look confusing, but it's the only way to find other games. Not here, not here, not here, and not. Okay, here we have another game. Yeah, last but not least.
Yes, finally another game for this match. Let's see which game this actually is.
I think that you might stay here and not even watch because it's mating. Yeah, knight take e1, rook take e1, king f2, and king and queen e2 mate. So
yeah, all right. Win for Trinidad and Tobago again. So actually, this is looking quite intense.
Oh, it's 2.5, 2.5.
Yeah, so that means that there's only the last board game is still going on, I believe. That's the black player was doing very well there, so I think that's the player from Honduras.
Yes, the player from Honduras.
Yeah, so wow, this was a beautiful match, really intense fight but black is rook e8 and it's over. That would mean a 3.5, 2.5 win for the player for the Honduras team, and that means with that they will qualify for the next round together with Jamaica and Nicaragua at expense of the Trinidad and Tobago team, unfortunately.
Imagine a stalemate here.
Yeah, just a1 queen, still possible.
Oh yeah, I won queen. Yeah, not
Why
really.
not? This is made in two after king takes.
Yeah, now I won queen and mate in two.
Yeah.
Okay, GG.
Well done.
GG.
Hey, everything is decided then with this final last ninth round in this pool.
Yes, so we are really at the final moments of this division. So I guess that is pretty clear. Yes, that chat, you might be right, but we are waiting all the results to be updated. The arbiters got to sign the results, and just then we are sure 100% which are the teams that will advance. By the way, let's enjoy this last game here. Actually, it was a blunder, I think. Yeah,
knight takes e6 was a big blunder. Yeah, losing a piece now for the pawn. Yeah, white was a piece up, but not anymore after this. Might still be. No, I don't think it's winning anymore. No, now it's. I think it should be a draw, actually, objectively. Is that so? If the white king is gonna get to c7, then maybe. Actually, the bishop on a8 is also stuck. Actually, this looks winning for black. For white, of course.
Ah, yeah, the bishop. If the bishop is stuck, it's over. The king can just run. No,
yeah,
you have to run.
Can go in. King f3, king g3, start running with the g pawn. Looks winning. Nicely done. Yeah. All right. So this is the match between teams Bermuda versus Sao Tome and Principe. So yeah, they're still fighting for a match point, of course, for honor and glory, because there's no every spot for the next division has been decided. But hey, winning is nice, so why not go for it?
Yes.
And this is looking good for Sao Tome. If Sao Tome and Principe wins this match, the white player, then it will be a 3-3 between the teams of Bermuda and Sao Tome and Principe. So, oh well, okay.
It was a the chance for a stalemate, but not a stalemate.
So close to stalemate.
Okay, guys, so this is also a nice mate, and this is the officially the last mate of this Division 4 FIDE Online Olympiad 2020. We are at the final moments of this weekend, and yeah, the results are going to be updated, and now we have all the results, so it's official. We are going just to announce soon the three teams that will advance. 6-0 for Guyana against Bahamas, also 6-0 for Jamaica against Sierra Leone. Honduras won 3.5 to 2.5, such an important win for Honduras, and Nicaragua won also the last round against Aruba 2.5. And so,
Well, yeah.
here we are. Those are all the standings. All is here. So Roland, we want your comment here. Your comment here.
Well, yeah, the final results, we've already spoken about them for quite some time, but here they are, final, of course. In Pool E, Nicaragua, Honduras, and Jamaica. Moving on to the next division at the expense of Trinidad and Tobago, who put up a great fight, made it very exciting for us. So yeah, small difference as well, 1.5 board points, as you can see in the standings. So yeah, great fight, just couldn't make it. Yeah, unfortunate for them, but we commend them for their fighting spirit, of course. Okay, then of course the other winners of the pools, just to make sure that everything.
Sure.
Yeah, just to complete this whole weekend, because this was actually the last pool of this weekend. This was Division 4. So Pool A, the winners are Hong Kong, Thailand, Chinese Taipei. Pool B, Syria, Malta, Mozambique. Pool C, Mauritania, Lebanon, Nigeria. Pool D, Angola, Suriname, and Puerto Rico. And Pool E, Nicaragua, Honduras, and Jamaica. We will see them back next weekend in the Division 3. So yeah.
Yes, you know, mostly at the closing ceremony there are always huge clap to the team. So we can do also in Online Olympiad some clap. Congratulations really to all the players that guided those teams to advance to the next division. So yeah, congratulations to everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's more or less also it for the broadcast here.
Yes.
So yeah, once again, a pleasure to be working with you, Alessia. I also have to commend you, of course, for working hard behind the scenes. She was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you did not notice. So I have to commend her, of course, for doing a great job this weekend. You guys should all follow her on her Twitch channel. She has a really big schedule every week. So do check her out if you want to have fun during the week and just also maybe learn some chess, you know. So thank you, Alessia, for doing everything, of course. And yeah, no final words for this. Thanks everybody for watching, of course. And see you next weekend. Any last words for you, Alessia?
Yes, thank you so much for these kind words. It was a pleasure to work with you. And I think that you made me the job much easier, because at any moment when there was something in the back scenes, you always took the main part. You were always, there was always something to add, and Roland had always something interesting to add. So this is very important. And for sure also a big shout out to the Monkey Chess, the only monkey, the biggest, no, the greatest monkey on Twitch. So yes. A big shout out to your channel as well. And yeah, we are really at the last moment. One last stuff that I want to show everyone is the schedule of this event, because like this you are going to take note that next weekend we are going to be the Online Olympiad is going to go on with the Division 3. As you can see, August 7th, so next Friday, other teams are going to participate. And for sure, let me also show you all the teams already seated in Division 3. Maybe you might recognize your country. and you are sure that you gotta be there in order to root for them. And yes, guys, that's really the last words for me. I want to thank you, everyone, also the staff, Simon and Mira, that were always with us, helping with all the numbers, all the rounds, pairings, news, update, support, go live, break, okay. So thank you so much to both of you for working behind the scenes and doing a great job. And thank you one more, Roland, and all the chat that was here with us.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. This was the broadcast, and of course, we hope to see you back on the next weekend for Division 3. So yeah, we'll see you then, and yeah, have a good rest of your weekend.